In this video, we are going to see about object-oriented programming, and we are going to see again how Java is going to support this. So, in object-oriented programming, as we have seen, we have got four features. One is the abstraction. We have seen enough ample example for this. Again, we have got three object-oriented principles like encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So Java supports everything. So we can say that Java is purely object-oriented program because of all these features. Java blindly, we can say that Java supports everything. So we have seen what is abstraction. If you take a vehicle, I think I've been telling this since many days. No, we know how to ride this, how to drive this, but we are not worried how internally every every piece of this machine works. We never bother to worry about this. So this we call it as abstraction. So let us see a small Java program, and let us see how this is going to work. So as I told before, so every piece of code you have to write in class. So you have to write class. So class is going to be the keyword, and this is going to be the class name. So let me repeat: class is the keyword, and example is going to be the class name. And you should remember that. So when you name this class as example, you have to name your Java program as example, because in this class you have your main method. So you can have a program where it consists of many classes, but you should find the class in which you have written the main method. Method is nothing but the function. Okay, so this is what your class, what you have written at the beginning. This is only the comments, like see, you can write multi-line comments like this, and class is the keyword, this is the class name, and again this is what the comment. So your normally your program begins with the main. So this is what the entry point where you can find public. So you know what is public. This is modifiers. We call it as this could be accessed by any method or any function, or which is going to be public. And static says without creating an object of the class example, we can access this main method. Void indicate which will not return any value. Normally, like for every function should return certain values, and this function called main does not return any value. And in bracket you can find string. String is a class, and args is an array, and close. And next statement is your printout statement. System is a class, out is a method, print line is something like your printf statement, and whatever you give inside these two braces, which is going to print as it is. So let me repeat again. So the given program you have to save with .java extension, and all the code should reside inside a class. This is mandatory. And third thing is when you write the program, see that you write everything in small letters, because Java is case sensitive. And you should also remember that the name of the source file and the name of the class should be same. You have to find the class in which you have written the main function, and that class name should be the name of your file. So this is next. Let us see how we can compile it. So you can go to the command prompt where you can give the command javac. Then you have to give your file name. So in the previous case, we have taken example.java, so which is going to compile your program. Once it is done, so you will your code will be converted into byte code, and byte code is going to be the code which is machine independent. So once it is done, you can execute by giving the command Java, and you should just only give the class name. Before it was example.java, but second time when you run this, when you execute this, you have to give only the class name. So when you do this, you will be getting the output. This is simple Java program. You can see that what you have written in the program. It was stating that, what was saying that you have to print this message, only this message. So let me repeat. In this, public is keyword, so which says main is public, and all Java application starts its execution in the main function. And this static permits us to call this main function without creating an object. So if you look at this program, so nowhere we have created objects directly, we have accessed it. Otherwise you have to take no example class name, then you have to create an object. Using the object only you can access, but in this case we are accessing it directly. And look at the print statement. So print statement was no, print line, so which is going to display a string. And if you write like this, once the display is over, the cursor will go to the next line. So print is again same as print line, but the cursor will remain in the same line. And this begins with the system.out. You might have noticed, where system is a class, out is a static object, and print line is a method.